Hey everyone, this is Mo Allen. This ride is just a Zone 2 ride, high cadence. It's my first ride back after finishing the 10 straight days of the Tour of Britannia from Flamme Rouge Racing. I took 2 days off after that event just to recover. One day completely off, one day I did yoga the next day after I had finished. And this is my first cycling ride back, so I'm just doing a Zone 2 ride on the Tour of Watopia Stage 5 short route, Loopin Lava. This one has the Jarvis Island reveal in it, which I'll get to. My reminiscing on Jarvis Island, I started Zwift 9 years ago actually, so I remember the early days of riding on Jarvis. But before that, just a bit of an update on the tour. So I'm happy I did the tour. Actually, when I started, I wasn't confident and actually was pretty sure that I wasn't actually going to do all the stages. But I found it in me to just get up at 4:45 every morning, and most of the stages I did the 5:30 a.m. Time slot in my local time. So I'm happy I actually got to do all the stages. There's obviously nothing holding me back from doing it, as long as I get to bed early. Now, a lot of those times I didn't get to bed early. I would have 4 hours of sleep for some of them because I still go to bed late, but I'm happy to have done it. So on the tour, I ended up finishing 35th out of 75 riders who finished. But just to take you through the progression of the stages. So stage 1 was a 16-kilometer individual time trial. After that ride, I was 78th out of 149 riders in my category, the HAB, short for habanero. All the categories are named after peppers in that hot peppers in that event or that organization. So I was 78th. After that, I was a minute and 24 back from the leader. And then stage 2 was a 48-kilometer race, I believe, if I remember correctly. So this tour, they changed the pen situation so that there were, I think, only 1 or 2 other categories that started at the same time in my pen, whereas the tour I did before this, the Tour France, it was like mass start pens with the upper categories and the lower categories combined, and I think there was an improvement in this one. Still, obviously, a lot of people complaining about sandbagging and domestiques, and people trying to game it, being in certain riding at certain times, but I wasn't worried about any of that. I was just riding my race. So stage 2 was a 48-kilometer ride on the Muckle Yin route. After that stage, I was 40th out of 130 riders. So 19 less riders finished after that stage. Stage 3 was 51 kilometers on London Pretzel route. After that stage, I was 27th out of 117 riders, 3 minutes and 13 seconds back. Stage 4 was 28 kilometers on the Harrogate 2019 Worlds route. And after that, I dropped 2 places. I was 29th out of 115 riders, and also dropped about a minute. I was 4 minutes and 3 seconds back. Stage 5 was another ITT, 30 kilometers on Glasgow Reverse. After that one, I gained a couple of places. I was 26th out of 108 riders, and 5 minutes and 13 seconds back. Stage 6 was 33 kilometers on the Knickerbocker route in New York. After that ride, I was 28th out of 105, 5 minutes and 40 seconds back. Stage 7 was 33 kilometers on the Richmond 2015 Worlds route, and after that I was 26th out of 95, 6 minutes and 50 seconds back. Stage 8 was another and the last individual time trial. That was on the Harrogate Reverse, 28 kilometers, and after that I was 29th out of the 88 riders and 10 minutes back. I actually lost 4 minutes there. Stage 9 is where things got hairy. Stage 9 was 54 kilometers on Surrey Hills, just up and down the whole day, really no flats. This one is where the recon might have done me well. As you can see here, this is the reveal of Jarvis Island on this new Loopin Lava route, where the stones retract down into the water to reveal the old island, the old stomping ground. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. And so yeah, after the Surrey Hills, I was 38th out of 75 riders, but I was 24 minutes and 48 seconds back. I lost 14 minutes. That was a tough day. I think if I remember correctly, on the ITT before that, where I lost 4 minutes, that's when my legs really started to feel it. It was on stage 8, I believe, if I remember correctly. So I knew going into stage 9 that I just needed to try to not blow up early. I actually felt, for how relatively poorly I did, I felt strong going into the last climb, which was heartening. I have a video of stage 9 if you want to check it out and my thoughts on that. But yeah, anyway, that's where it kind of fell apart. 38th out of 75, 24 minutes back, and then stage 10, final stage, was 48 kilometers on Royal Pump Room. And again, my legs felt it from the start there. I have a video on that one too that you can check out. But so I finished 35th out of 75 and 28 minutes back from the GC, the first rider. So I was relatively happy with that. Glad to have done it. Fitness benefited from it for sure, and I hope to carry that into the future. I plan to ride all of the stages of the Tour of Watopia, not just the stages, but all the distances. I won't race them all, but I will do them all. Some of them I will do what I did here, which is just ride a Z2 and just ride my own ride. Some I may contend for, or not contend, but maybe push it on some hills, otherwise do Z2. And then the long route, I'm going to try to race as a race. As the joke goes, these are group rides, but a lot of people race them, and the long routes we try to race. Just stay with the front for as long as we can. Never knew what kind of riders you're going up against up there, but that's how we do it. We try to stay with the front as long as we can. So here we are in Jarvis. So I started Zwift back in April of 2015, and I'll insert an image of my first ever Zwift ride. It was the morning of April, one day in April in 2015. I remember, so I started with probably without a heart rate. I can't remember if I had a heart rate monitor, but I started with a a Cyclops dumb trainer. So this is just wheel on roller, you know, a trainer with a roller where you keep the wheel on your bike and it just rolls, and there's no electronics at all. It's just something to have your wheel spin. And so I was using the Z-Power simulated calculation from Zwift. Just given, and the funny thing is that you can see it on the screenshot of my activity, is that I was using a hybrid bike. So this is a specialized, I still have the bike, a specialized cross trail hybrid bike with, like, you know, hybrid tires on it, you know, not even road tires. So the calculations were way off. I remember I was getting you know, KOMs and sprint PRs and records left and right. And this was early on in my, like, journey into cycling, and so I didn't understand really what it meant to put out a number of watts. Like, I was completely ignorant about what even watts were in cycling, right? So I remember my coach, who's been my coach from then until now, he would laugh, saying that once I realize, you know, once I get a better setup, I'll come back down to earth and realize that the power that I was able to put out and simulate, that Zwift was simulating, was nowhere near accurate. So it was funny, but we would laugh about it. So coming up here, this is I remember this. You'll see me smiling basically all throughout this ride, because I was in my head, like, reminiscing about it. But this tree with the hole through it is something that I remember kind of distinctly from way back then. I was wondering whether or not I had any photos or video from back then. I don't think I do. I've been searching, but the most I've been able to find is my Strava activity. But yeah, so this is, you know, I have to imagine, I don't remember, you know, I can't say that from 9 years ago I remember what this all looks like. I remember that tree, and I remember, you know, riding through a forest similar to this. So I don't know exactly how much this matches what was there before in the early days of Jarvis, how true to the early days it was. But it was interesting reminiscing through this. You'll see when we get out of here, we're going to go on to, I think we're about to get out of the Jarvis Island now and go on to the regular volcano KOM. And I'm going to just, so I don't think I said, but my target here, not just zone 2, but I was targeting 250 watts, which you can see I'm hitting pretty well on the average there. And on the climb, I would just figured I would bump it up an average of 10 watts. So on the climb, I was targeting 260 for the entire climb. And then once we got done, you'll see that I was just going back to 250. Just high cadence on the flats, and I didn't change gears not once for this entire ride, so I just kept the same gear and tried to stay in that 250 on the flats and 260 on that climb. Flats and downhills, actually, I tried to stay 250, so obviously spinning up pretty high to try to keep 250 on the decline, but yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna probably speed this up to the end. You can just enjoy the end of this ride. Thanks for watching. My next ride, like I said, I plan to do the Stage 5 Tour of Watopia, the middle distance, probably tomorrow. I'm recording this on Wednesday, so Thursday the 14th. And then the long distance, maybe the day after, or those will get pushed a day. And I'll be back with either one or both of those rides. Definitely the long one that I'll do as a race. Sort of my first hard effort back after the tour. But yeah, enjoy the sights of the rest of this route, and I will talk to you later.